I'm funny.
Yes, it's been too long. Yes, it's Yugi and Kaiba. And yes, it's just this side of copyright infringement. It's card games versus humanity. Welcome on my fellow and future outlaws. I am that NAKAK and if you haven't noticed from the last year and a half of openings, I may fancy myself some Yu-Gi-Oh! So from here on out, once a week, I will do my best to bring you satire and comedic review of the show we all know and love. So if you do enjoy, please don't forget that like button, leave a comment telling me what you thought, and don't forget to share it with a fellow Heart of the Cards member in your life. But enough chilling, let's see where our story begins. Ah yes, here it is. Long ago, when the pyramids were still going through puberty, somehow real-life sorcerers and necromancers existed using their powers to conjure monsters from a distant realm to battle one another. This power was so great that it threatened to end the world as they once knew it until the brave and powerful pharaoh locked it away in 7 magical artifacts known as the Millennium Items. Please ignore the fine print on the bottom of each item that reads, made from the literal life force of an entire town of people that were brutally murdered. Jesus, that was like 30 pics in one frame. Our setting begins in a high school classroom where our heroes are doing what all good boys and girls should be doing, playing card games, of course. Don't ask where the teachers are though, just pay attention to Joey getting absolutely destroyed by Yugi because he thought laying down Kagamusha of the Blue Flame with no back row whatsoever was a good idea. If Kaiba being in school, in his school uniform, isn't a big enough what the fuck moment on its own, let's all just take a step back to realize that all it took was the literal mention of a rare card that Yugi's grandfather had in a world where there probably is actual trillions of cards for him to assume that it was the Blue Eyes White Dragon and pursue it. That's it. Back at the card shop, we're both introduced to Yugi's grandfather and 4 kids' top-notch writing.
Rare card? My special card?
Yes, we came to see the card, the rare card, the special card. Seriously, why did he hold that pose for that long? Seto Kaiba arrives and he's come to see the card.
I came to see the card.
See? And naturally, because Joey is not an insecure individual, he immediately wants to fight Kaiba after being rejected to a duel because, you know, he just barely started and Kaiba's already a national champion. Then Kaiba says the exact same thing I said to that old man in a card shop in Massachusetts about a year ago.
The Blue Eyes White Dragon in a dump like this?
Upon seeing it, Seto offers to trade Gramps all of these cards for the Blue Eyes White Dragon. Let's take a look at what he's got.
I'm not sure what that fusion monster up is in the corner, but I see a Guilty of the Night. That's a common. That's like what? Punished Eagle? Roaring Ocean Serpent something, Labyrinth Tank. I think that's the other. She starts with a W and then Magasampi, like Mesamuya. I don't remember her name is, but it's terrible. But like all of these cards are pretty bad, dude. Like Block Attack. What is that? Poison or Basic Potion? Like I don't know. Red Potion, Polymerization, Launcher Spider. The best card I'm seeing here is. Oh god, these are all terrible. Like. Flame Cerberus is the most playable card here. Yeah, Gramps, don't you dare.
Nope, gotta say Grandpa made the right choice. Will Seto Kaiba ever be able to recover from this? No. I mean, yes. Yeah, probably. He's got like $1 billion company. We then pan to a 5-second segment of Seto Kaiba telling some slaves to go beat up an old man. We then pan to a 10-second scene of Seto's slaves in the card shop ready to, oh my god, is that Hobson? Hobson is in episode 1? How did I never notice that? He's so gross, dude. He's truly just so vile. Our hero Yugi makes his way to the card shop, only for Kaiba to somehow know he just got there and give him a phone call. Apparently his grandfather came over to have a nice duel, but then just got sick and started throwing up everywhere. And because Yugi and Kaiba are definitely best friends at this point, they know exactly what part of the building to enter. Only for this elevator to take them to the exact spot that his grandfather was lying on the ground. You know someone is meant to be a mother when her scolding finger is so powerful that it has its own sound effects. Grandpa Muto, who is somehow dying from playing a children's card game, is struggling ever so hard to lift up this 40-ton deck as he makes a plea to his grandson. Reluctant as he may be, Joey assures Yugi that he can win a duel against Kaiba, as it only takes 10 minutes into the episode for the Millennium Puzzle to finally be mentioned, and somehow Joey is the one that knows it'll have some sort of effect. Taya then draws this shitty smiley face on all of their hands with a permanent marker that she stole from school to remind them all of the everlasting friendship that they have. Naturally, if you look at their hands closely in the very next scene, they're all completely clear. That's some strong friendship. Before the duel can even begin, Yugi transforms into the spirit of the puzzle with absolutely no warning or build-up whatsoever. I'm pretty sure they didn't even draw yet. Kaiba begins the duel by summoning the Hitatsumi Giant, a fearsome monster with 1200 attack. That's one of the strongest plays I've ever seen. We're then treated to a sound clip of Joey trying out for the position of narrator for Nickelodeon's All Real Monsters.
Monsters? Real monsters?
Apparently, all it took was a simple equip card for Yugi to get scared and assume that Kaiba was a formidable opponent, even though I'm definitely sure that there's never been a basic magic card that just triples your monster's attack. Hey, Yugi, that was a Sangan. You could have added an Exodia piece to your hand. Halfway through this battle, where there are no rules and you can just slam down tribute monsters willy-nilly, Kaiba reveals his ultimate monster, his own Blue Eyes White Dragon. And while I used to think Little Karibos, did you just summon a bunch of monsters in one turn joke was that, you know, just a joke, it turns out he wasn't wrong at all. Kaiba literally just summons a Blue Eyes, kills Gaia, and then just summons another one in the same turn. No explanation. The expert duelist Yugi is nearing defeat, ready to give up, even though he's probably watched his grandfather play a shit ton in his life and definitely should know what Exodia is by now. You know, the forbidden one, Exodia, the monster that apparently no one in the entire world has ever been able to summon before. No backup soldiers, no graceful charities, no reckless greeds, no Sangas, no Witch of the Black Forest. Nope, it's never been done. Also, does anyone else notice how the Dark Magician kind of just gets jobbed out in this match? He kind of just comes out, kills the Judge Man, and then gets wrecked and never gets talked about again.
Pieces. Puzzle. Pieces. Puzzle? Piece. Pieces of a puzzle. Puzzle. Puzzle.
All 5 pieces of the puzzle.
It's a puzzle, Yugi! Yugi solves the puzzle of Exodia, aka he top decks the right card and wins against Kaiba immediately, destroying all 3 Blue Eyes in a flash of light that legitimately looks like it was about to vaporize Kaiba himself. Naturally, our hero, Yugi, helps Kaiba out by giving him an aneurysm, eliminating all those dastardly gay thoughts that he had in his head. Truly our Egyptian savior. The episode ends with a white-haired man with a strange eye holding a wine glass that may or may not be listening to ABBA. Well, that's it for this week's episode of Card Games vs. Humanity. I want to thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw here today, please hit that like, leave a comment, and tell me what you thought, and share with a buddy or two. It would really help out. I'd like to do this once a week, so let me know what you think. Tune in next week where we get to find out what song that strange man was listening to at the end of the episode. My money's on Dancing Queen. And of course, a shout out to all my patrons. Draw your last pathetic dollar so I can begin my retirement. This has been the Man from Earth with all the girth, ladies and gentlemen. Be the character you know you're worth. Later. But enough chilling, let's see where our story begins. Ah, yes, here it is. Long ago, when the puberty... Don't ask where the teachers are, though. Just pay attention to Joey getting absolutely destroyed by Yugi because he thought laying down Kagamusha of the Blue Flame. Blue Flame! Upon seeing it, Seto. Who the fuck is Seth? We then pan to a 10-second slave. Reluctant as he may be, Joey assures... I need water. I literally did one fucking take, and my cats flew by and ripped off my mic. One take. I just started. I'm not kidding. Literally the first opening lines. I just started. The cat flew by because he's an idiot, ripped it off, and took off the clip mic. So now I have tape.